And we should be live. So, hello to everybody in the chat. This is week 5 of UFO 50 Bingo League. We are in tier B2, not tier beer 2, between Grape and Trootyfruity.
Hello.
Hello.
I assume at this point both of you are more or less ready to get the show on the road.
Pretty much, yeah, I think so.
All right.
You ready to play?
So just very briefly going over the things that people have a habit of going over. Resource doc is obviously available. I'm going to ask you both to deafen, and I'm going to give you a 5-second countdown. I never opened the cast panel. I'll just throw that open real quick. Never mind, that's taking too long. I'm just going to give you a 5-second countdown in Bingo Seek to reveal. And then after 60 seconds, we'll do the proper reveal. I don't have live split open. That's a good thing to have open. Knew I was going to forget something. Just a second. There we go. And then I will not be giving a countdown after the reading period is up. Once 60 seconds have elapsed, you are set to start playing.
All right.
Does that sound
Sounds
good?
good.
All right. In that case, deafen up and give me a ready in Bingo Sync, and I will start the countdown.
You got it.
All right, both players are deafened. Just waiting on a ready, and then we'll get the show on the road. Five, four, three, two, one, reveal. And I'll turn the card on here. So in the middle, we got 4 levels in 5 games. We got Alpha Trilogy, 6 gifts. Got Easter egg UFO, and 2 cherry discs. I never started the timer. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna close splits. And we're just gonna start it at 0. Got my timer in seconds here. Yeah, a lot of the goals getting reworked slightly. They are good to go now. Uh, just give them a second go. I said I was not doing a countdown to go. I think that got forgotten, so that's a little bit of a my bad. Starting off with Waldorf and Avianos. Got 1 squid kill. We need 2 more to kill squids in 3 different ways. It looks like we might be Brontor maxing. Yeah, we've got cherries. I will say, if anybody's down for co-casting, as this is my first cast, I'm a little open to flex, just because there's a lot to keep track of. We'll provide people the opportunity to just jump in here. I appreciate it, Sayo. I figured that was the case, but throw it out there, you know? I think for Grape, we're just looking for a shop at this stage. Oh, I can unmute the other stream as well. It's a tiny bit loud. Maybe we'll just keep it with the Waldorfs for right now. Stream volume down just a tiny bit. I was gonna throw on, oh, I'm not getting any desktop audio. That's funny. It's just not picking up. There we go. There's our 3rd key from having killed a squid in 3 different ways. I do hear music, so I'm hearing it. I'm just gonna boost it a little more, I suppose. Yes, Vanilla, you can absolutely meow in here. This is a meowing friendly zone. It's interesting. It doesn't seem to be picking up the music that I'm hearing, but it is absolutely picking up the Waldorf sound effects. I don't know what OBS is doing. Just trying to take it home for the cherry now. Having a lot of bad luck with this chest, though. There we go. Is there anything else, Avianos, that I'm missing? No. We might have just been having bad luck getting the Brontor rolls. Last puffin is really nice to have. Yeah, it got spooky. Alright, that is Brontor maxed. Square marked. Leaving Avianos, because there's not much more going for us there. This is one of those times where Matt says something and I just have to take his word for it. He could be gaslighting me about what's on Spicy Bingo, and I'll always believe him. Alright, we got in there. We're starting up onion delivery on Trudy Fruity's side. But we have now... think this is fine. I'm 99% sure this is fine. Yeah, okay. Gotta finish it out. In onion delivery, we're doing a time box rush. I don't see how many we have, but I know we have at least one. Grape hovering over onion delivery as well. Instead going into Rakshasa to score 25,000 points. Which means I can look at the onion delivery a little more closely. Let's just do that. Yeah, that music picks up okay. I'm also noticing there's a little bit of a capture window around Grape's stream, so I'm wondering if that has something to do with how he's capturing it. I didn't update scores. But they are at 1 apiece. And I have gifts for each and 1 cherry for... Yeah, I ran out of time to get that set up, Matt. I'm still doing this the old-fashioned way. It is. It is sick. Instead, I'm just doing everything via OBS and via pen and paper for generals, and hoping for the best. Alright, making... This is when Sayo says something and then I have a panic attack about being about to turn 30. So, yeah. Although I know that's not exactly super old here. I play D&D on the weekends. I'm a pen and paper guy. Hell yeah. Most of the time, it's fine. It's just, sometimes you're like the oldest guy at work, and everybody's still in their mid-20s, and I'm just like, what the hell? We're having a lot of trouble with this onion delivery goal. Doing a reset? Don't mind it. And pivoting? Thinking about pivoting. Hi, Pine. Pivoting into a tactics. Slow down 160. Keeping with the 2 moves per turn, which I believe is not necessary for this goal. So we are changing it. Oh, we've changed it back to 2. You don't need to do that. Ah. Hey, Spooty. Definitely doing things the hard way. You never know, though. Like, at this point, I would argue it's pretty much Jover, but on the next run, maybe, you know, maybe we just happen to luck into an easy win here. You lose so much defensive opportunity, and it's harder to just accidentally get a battering ram in the beginning if you don't change. Please change it. 4? If 3 is more, I would like more than 3, personally. If you're changing it to 3, you may as well change it to... change it as high as you want. I have faith. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, I guess it might be a reasonable interpretation that it gets harder in some manner. Yeah, this is quite the tricky goal regardless. There we go. We got there. We got there. Agreed, Spooty. I've done circle shuffle a couple of times, and even then, this goal is just sort of one of those that I see it and I'm like, there's other stuff on the board I could get. Like, if Trudy's after this column 5 line, which seems to be his plan, I don't know that I would be here right now. I think I would have given the onion delivery a couple more shots. I think, I would have maybe knocked out that UFO rush. Speaking of which, I do not know if we saw the UFO in Rakshasa. We did. Okay, thank you, Pine. Yeah, there's a lot of board to be played here, Sayo. I think Trudy has singled out this column 5 as potential bingo. Gotcha, Spooty, thanks. I will make sure to take care of that right now, even. Just gonna pop open a new Chrome window, or Firefox window, and hope it doesn't cover anything. I'm about to hit that 25k in Rakshasa. To be fair, Spooty, I have not gone live in quite a while, so it might just be down to that. Right, there's 25k in Rakshasa, and we're carrying through. This might just be for the gift. I know we had a couple skulls removed, I don't know. I'm not a Rakshasa player. Yeah, there's the gift, okay. And now we pivot. That makes sense. Opening up Valbrace. To level up at a throne. I feel like I'm slightly more likely to cherry divers than I am Mortal 2 at this current stage, given my progress in both games. So that seems sensible to me. Spooty, what would you say is the fastest someone could safely cherry divers? Okay, but safely. I know how you play divers. You like to take risks. Let's say someone is playing bingo and is not feeling very risk-takey. Hypothetically. We'll come back to it. Yeah, we have double Mortal 2 here. So I have set it so that it always publishes VODs, but it will not affect this one. I will have to manually publish this one, which I am fine with. I don't know what we do about this whole situation. Yeah, bottom's looking scary. We got 2 hits in. Another hero does help. We are taking a hit. I don't know that that's who we wanted to see, but... Oh... It might not be over. It might be over. Okay, we got another hero. I like a lot of these moves. We're down a lot of units, but so are they. I think... Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that hero pushes forward, which is not ideal right now. Gotta cover... Yep. Covering the Shield Knight. It would... Looking at this sapper. That grunt is not taking damage, and there's a lot of hope sitting behind it. Yep. It is now Jover. That is sad. Right as the knight got through, that was very close. Oh, that was still solvable in that state? I thought it was a little too late. I don't think there is a way to buy one more turn in that state. Meanwhile, in Valbrace, I think we're just looking for the throne here. And that was a time I wouldn't have sacrificed the grunt. I would have just used the sapper. Yeah. Calling that one. That's true, Pine. We have been here quite a bit in Valbrace looking for a throne at this stage. Publicly available information versus a strategy that takes a while to know. Maybe we were looking for that key. I don't believe we were on floor 2. Got one hit in. I would definitely move these guys. Yep. Well, swap them, but yeah, same idea. Let the grunt get a kill and promote. This is still good, though. If we can just hold this bottom. We've got quite the line down the middle right now. Oh! We're through! Let's go! Hard fought. And with that, it is now 2-2. Oh, 2-12. This match is almost over. Do we go back to onion delivery and keep working on that line that we were liking earlier? I think so too, Flick. Especially now with the tactics done. Yeah, back into onion delivery. I will say, I think Trudy was having trouble finding time boxes earlier. so I'm not sure how familiar they are with onion delivery on the fly. Meanwhile, Valbrace is happening. There is, and I did bring up the resource document prior to play, but just sliding off there. Thrown soon. Still gotta make this delivery. There we go. This one right here, awesome. Yep, that's another gift in Valbrace. Star Waspier. Looks like we're starting the UFO rush to block. Oh, we need to complete the day. Yep, already cleared it. I didn't even need to do anything. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so we have 2 UFOs on Grape's side. Heading into Lords of Disconia for that 50 gold, I assume. I don't know if there's a 2-player versus play there. Starting Narrow Pass. Yeah, we didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Grape is gonna block with the UFO rush. Yeah, this is what we wanted to see. Now go make money. Bargain, huge. Could call it a bargain even. Mining also huge. There's our UFO, beating it up just for good measure. So that, by my count, is 4 UFOs. Onion delivery for the 5th. Heading home. Alright, we gotta hope for 5 more gold here. Oh, we're buying. Honestly, I think I would have hoped for 5 gold on the map, but Bard Spider. Not playing it out. Now I am seeing the onion delivery sound getting picked up, so I wonder what it was about a tactics that the audio, or not a tactics, Waldorf, that the audio just wasn't getting through. And now it's gone silent because we're looking up where the UFO is. We couldn't find it. I believe we have passed it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a very small UFO, I agree. We could simply be doing a tiny trek in Golfaria right now, but instead we're having some issues. Navigation is huge. Especially if we can make the enemy think they need to retreat. Oh, resetting here. There's our UFO. I believe that is the square. Yep, marking the square now. How's audio, by the way? I'm realizing I never set levels at any point on this install of OBS. Survival mode. 9 waves in the gym? Are you sure about that? Okay, I will turn Grape slightly down. I did boost that way up because we weren't hearing Waldorf, but I can put that back down to normal. Pivoting out because 9 waves in the gym is very difficult. Heading now to Campanella 2. Just keep pushing. You can push the enemy back, and then you can... Yep. Good. Alarm going off. Trying to get me out of bed. Little do they know. Alright, we drowned, but we got 40 gold. I think with the reserves and bargaining, we're set. Yeah, we have mines. This is 50 gold. Imminently. There we go, that's the square. Of course, this has been blocked. But a square's a square. Especially given how hard we were working for tactics. Being tied is real good at this stage. Heading now into Camp 2, so that's a little unfortunate. Because Grape does have the progress, but it is Camp 2, so nobody's really ahead. Remind me where the cross is? Is that in the rink? Rink 1 cave, thank you. It's one of those things where I'm like, I know I picked it up, but... I don't usually go into the rink when I get that far. And I don't usually get that far. Alright, that is Guri down. Just gotta go rink. Trootyfruity, on the other hand, is in Burrows 2. So I think they're making slightly better pace. Oh, more woods! That is, in fact, not ideal. It's now a shot play. They do have the coins for it, but... Meanwhile, Trootyfruity is actually making really good progress. Okay, that death is, unfortunate. We're sticking through. Slightly unclear to me if they meant to grab the key or the health upgrade there, because they sort of jumped toward the key and picked up the health upgrade on the way. I certainly would have taken the +2 max health and not even thought about it. by the way, if you're seeing frames, that seems to be a Discord connection thing. If things are getting a little framey or like dropped frames, OBS seems to be fine, but it's doing it to both streams at once. I assume it's just Discord. Maybe I'm just seeing it and hallucinating, but it's doing that and it's doing a little bit of the music skipping as well. Alright, finishing up burrows here for Trudy Fruity. Also going to more woods. I will say I've made it out of more woods exactly once, and I've made it to... That was my Discord ping, I'm sorry. I've made it to Rink 2 also exactly once, so... Let's do that real quick. There we go, no more Discord pings. So chat's Campanella 2 experience is definitely greater than my own. If there's something I don't know about, I expect to be corrected. Floaty jump boots. Those are nice. In addition to the friendship bracelet. So already at this stage, I'm liking where Trudy Fruity is at. Back to more woods for Grape. Neither of them have given the rink much thought. I told them in the beginning, you know, the resource dock is there for you to use. Leaving, pivoting, and then reconsidering the pivot. Perhaps seeding the RNG. Oh, is that what was happening there, Pogo? I'm unsure simply because Grape's first run also went more woods. And I don't know if that was with the gift in mind. That might have been the play. That might have been the play the whole time. Almost died for that, nothing. Trudy's low on fuel. I would maybe start using that friendship bracelet a little more aggressively, but... Oh! That's really unfortunate. Sometimes you're just cursed. Brief tutorial message for somebody who's never played Campanella 2 before. That's quite a lot of stars in a row. Nice and fast. So now the question is, are we going to the rink? Oh, big knowledge. So was he just going for the gift the whole time? That seems strange to me, but... I feel like if we wanted gifts, there were faster ones on the board. Like Mooncat, Mini and Max, Overbold. There's our cross. Trudy, please look at the board. Looking at our gifts, they are all on this card, so we're at 4 out of 6 gifts. I appreciate the double check. Going back into Fistel for the 9 waves in the gym. And Mini and Max, we're collecting the reward for ridding the books of Silverfish. Which should be nice and easy. Punching an innocent man for a lead pipe and then not even picking up the lead pipe. Yeah, trying to cut down the opportunity for early marks. Uh-oh. Are all those silverfish dead? I don't think we're even checking. I think we're going back to get another one. Max was upset about the nuke outside. Gotta keep your nukes indoors. We're at 7 waves here in Fistel. This is very clean Fistel. Oh, oh, no. No, I've jinxed it. That's my fault. I did that. I killed Grape. I forced him to pivot. Alright, trootyfruity now has the nuke once again. Grape still considering opening Kick Club for 50,000 points and also levels. The reward is collected. We have marked Mini and Max. Oh, I forgot to mark the point for Grape. So it is now 5-5. Very early death for Grape. Now trootyfruity is heading into Fistel. Perhaps looking for a resource. Nope, now we're going to Overbold. I do like this a lot. Because this can be double progress for the Overbold Square, complete a wave with 800 stakes and no shooting. It can be gold for Alpha Trilogy. Heck, it could even be a cherry. Depending on comfort levels. Column 2 could be a very fast thing to pop up. I'm gonna step away for just a second. Alright, I hope I didn't miss anything controversial in the 30 seconds while I was gone. I see that Trooty is going for a very bomb-heavy build. It's a good way to play safe. Real unfortunate explosion there from the shrapnel, so forget what I said about playing safe. And a game over for Grape. Pivoting out of Kick Club, I feel like you want that square. Back into Fistel now. More bombs. Are we going again for the shrapnel? Yes, we are. Of course, the toucan spider shot just happens to clip Alpha's hair, so she dies. In classic overbold fashion. I know better than to comment on the Fistel going on, by the way. After what happened last time, I won't make the same mistake again. Unfortunate death in Fistel. Stayed too close to a bomb and overbold. Again, another unfortunate death in overbold. I think if I were Trudy, I, at this point, would take an, explosion protection first, and then start building up my bomb stockpile. Just because it seems like whenever the pumpkin drones show up, we don't exactly have a way out. And, like, you need bombs for this goal, but you also need to stay alive in general. Again, Alpha's hair just clipping the edge of the explosion radius, so Alpha dies for it. Grape getting comboed just a little bit, but is now starting wave 9. Unfortunate, looking for any sort of food drop and just not getting it. We do have the homing bombs now on Trootyfruity's side, so that will give us a little bit of safety and protection. Big explosion there. Now we're starting to clean up. 3, 2... I know you can't exactly see it because of the live overlay that Discord has up here, but... Again, we're full damage. Would have liked a little more survivability. That's 900, that's not even 800. Are we going for it right now? No, we're not. This is where we get a bunch of health and stuff to make the final shot at it. Just gotta play very carefully. A lot of toucan spiders on screen. Oh. That was unfortunate. That looked like the controller freaking out for half a second with the pause right as the bullet was coming in. You hesitate for half a second and then immediately pause when it's too late to dodge the bullet. That strikes me as controller funky. Really unfortunate way to go out. Meanwhile, Grape has pivoted back to Kick Club. I keep moving my R's around to words they shouldn't be in. Having a much better go at it this time, as far as survivability goes. I think they had more points but fewer lives. Great, we're entering now the Racket World boss. If this is clean, we're very close to that 50k goal. Very clean. Now we're only 14,000 points away. Not a whole lot of enemies to kill in Overbold, but a lot of lava. So we just gotta play around it well with our movement. And surely this will be the 50k goal in very short order. We've got a lot of lives, we've got a lot of score already in the bank. Having real issues with the cat larva now, well spaced. It can be a real pain in the ass to deal with if you find yourself unable to stop and switch the direction you're shooting in. Now we're building up the funds. Homing's on sale. That's 50,000 points for Grape. Do we stick around for the gift? It's starting to look like it. That little... Oh. I think I lost Grape's stream for a second here. Seems to be all good now, though. Trudy having a really unfortunate time in Overbold without any sort of defense, maxing out the mines, but you gotta live long enough to empty out all of your bombs. And if you're not living long enough to empty out all of your bombs, it doesn't make as much sense to have 12 or 15 bombs at once. Yeah, I am a fan of the Kick Club music. This boss fight especially. This will be another gift for Grape. Speaking of which, I'm fairly positive we have a gift for Trudy Fruity on Overbold as well. Checking the garden, we've got 5 and we need 6. Where's your fastest gift? I think Mooncat. Yep, we're heading to Mooncat. We're moving very smoothly now in Overbold. There's not much hesitation. I would still like to see a health increase. Well, we've got 15 bombs now. Small wave. Just didn't like what we were seeing. Or maybe we are just going for the health increase now. That would make sense to me. We're purchasing the homing. Got blast protection. It looks like we're making the run for it now, based off of the checking the controls. We went one time too many. Got a lot of bullets right away, but we've dodged them well. We have marked gifts on Grape's side as well. So it is now 7-5. The bottom of Trudy's scream is cut off. You're absolutely right. Just move that a tiny bit up. Thanks for saying something, Matt. I will say, the entire time, there was no health upgrades, so we were at 1 hit from death the entire time we were in Overbold. It was an interesting decision, but it paid off in the end. I would not have done it that way. Oh, it's still... Why is it like that? I thought that was just... What's with the cropping of this window? We've got divers and we've got Barbuda now. Just pull this down slightly. I think I have gone too far, but at least now the overlay won't get cut off if there's important information at the bottom, and I'll fix the details later. So we're going for 5 items in Barbuda, and I'll switch the audio to the game that has audio. Actually, we'll just keep them both on for a bit. Yeah, exactly. It has no music, but it does have audio. It also has, you know, that telltale high-pitched whir of loading the new screen. And everybody loves that. I will say the divers sounds seem a lot louder, so if anybody wants me to turn those down, I might. But if they're in a good spot, they're in a good spot. Went down and then back up. Didn't mean to go that far down. Doing a little bit of searching around in divers. Yeah, that's my chair. I should just turn my mic down and then it wouldn't get picked up as much. I had filters on OBS on my previous computer that made that not come through, but that's simply not the case right now. This was very much I'm firing up OBS and setting it up and just rolling with it. But if I simply lean back in my chair and never lean forward again, it'll be fine. I'm sure it's especially obvious right now given that we're in 2 games with no music at times. Now it's pure silence and I don't want to touch things now, but I did have a plan to have music going and it is not going. Yeah, no, I need to do a better job of filling the dead air now that there's no background music. Simply divers and Barbuda. Telling a joke on a command? I'm not a stand-up comedian. You gotta ask Dave for jokes. I'm not the jokes guy. Go to twitch.tv/abeautifuldave and ask for a joke. If he can't come up with one, there may be one on screen anyway. That's true. Being funny on command, context-free, is virtually impossible. That too. But just like in that situation where there's nothing for you to riff off of, it's just tell me a joke. That's hard. A lot of comedians aren't necessarily telling jokes first, they're telling stories first. Meanwhile, in the game, I feel like we're a little bit lost in divers. Just a tiny bit. Because this is not where the slime eels is. think this is fine. It might not be fine. Alright, there's our 5th item slot in Barbuda. Now heading into Mortal 2, I like this a lot, even if you're not super comfortable with Mortal 2. Oh, that's the wrong player's score. Why is P2 above P1 on this? I think now we're pulling up the Diver's Guide. At least I would hope. Not exactly sure what the strategy is right now in Mortal 2. Oh, we need the key. Right. Silly me. Right. Got a couple chickens to defeat. There's one. Unless these aren't the chickens. I could be totally wrong on what a chicken is. I'm 99% sure those are the chickens. But I hardly play this game. Is there something more chicken-like further on? I guess I just don't know. But yeah, those are definitely the chickens. Oh, I'll keep an eye out for Big Chicken the next time I open this game. Surely it will be before the end of Bingo League. Alright, we're back in on divers. I have 4 chickens right now. Now we're on the hunt for more chicken. And now we are definitely headed the right way in divers. We're flicking the switch and we're going straight in. That is not where you get the slime meals. This went south very fast for Trootyfruity. You need to go home. That's not the direction that home is. That's the direction that a slime meal is. That looks like a big chicken. taking a gain over in divers. But now that we have the knowledge, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, 3 shock sticks. We're gonna need to flip the switch again. Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say, that doesn't stay flipped when you take a game over, right? Was that the 6th chicken? I believe so. It got marked. Grape is now pulling away 9-6. That doesn't count as a chicken? Does the chicken boss count for the 6 chickens goal? That's something that I don't know. Matt, if you're still around in the chat, does the chicken mini boss count as a chicken for the purpose of killing 6 chickens? I'm looking through what I can, but my screen real estate is limited at the moment. It doesn't seem to say on the resource dock. Like, it doesn't have a route or anything like that. Just the classic Mortal 2 experience. Find yourself absolutely walled. Right now I'm going to assume that we're fine on the 6 chickens goal, but I will bring that up in the post game. So I can't really bring up the VOD now, but we're not long for this game, and I don't think it will have an impact on the final. That is a second mini boss. We have successfully killed a slime eel. That is now 9-7. We're heading to Bean Drip. I like that. It's a tough goal, but there's not a whole lot you can do in 7 or so minutes. This is fast enough. Right, that is definitely defeating all 3 mini bosses without damaging them as the bomber. Are we also opening Bean Drip? Yes, we are. So now we've got a Bean Drip race, which mostly comes down to if Trootyfruity can clutch this out. He is on pace right now. You do want 1,200 in each, but you would like more early, as the stages get larger. Hi, kitty. So Trudy is a tiny bit behind pace, but so is Grape. Trudy obviously has the I entered the code earlier advantage. I'm unsure if it's all that feasible for Grape now to get this, because Trudy is very close. Just needs 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, and this last one will be 6. There we go. And Grape did not quite get to the 6,000 points. The square has not been marked yet. Now it has. Awesome. Grape doesn't seem to have noticed just yet, so this is a little bit of a snipe. but it's a question now of where to next. Now we're also going for 9 waves in the gym. This one is quite tough. Grape is having a real great bean drip run, however the square has already been marked. Yeah, I will say I've been doing a trash job at keeping track of levels specifically. For Grape, based off of the games that they've played, I think it is just Kick Club. For Trooty Fruity, based off of the games that they've played, I think it is just Overbold. I don't believe Bean Drip counts for levels. Alright, so Grape is now at 6,000. Surely now he will notice that the goal has been marked. Is there anything left for him to do in the roughly 90 seconds that we have? We're going back into Fistel. Finishing it off with Fistel. Time is in 45 seconds. That will be time. Waiting for our players to undeafen. They want to debrief. Welcome back.
Hey.
So, I will say, this might have been me not keeping close track because I was looking at divers, but I don't know if I had 6 chickens, and I don't know if the big chicken counts as a chicken.
I don't know either, actually.
I will go back
It
and look at
counts,
that,
but
but there's a small chance that that one might be unmarked. I just let it slide because it didn't affect anything in the long run.
all right.
But overall, great games. Had a lot of fun. I hope you did too.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that was a good
Trudy
game.
Fruity. I have a question specifically about the overbold and bean drip squares. I noticed it seemed you overshot both of those targets before marking them.
Yeah, I think because I think it's like more than 800 or more than it is.
800 plus is at least
I
800,
see.
so you can roll with 800. You were doing that
I
slightly
see.
harder than you needed to. I
Good to know.
also think specifically in the case of Overbold, it was wild that you just never bought health or like
And then
barely any defense.
multiple times I forgot to not shoot, so I just remember not to shoot.
Both times that I saw that, I'm like, oh, he went 800, so he's going to shoot, or he went 900, so he's going to shoot, um, and just have the actual 800 round. This is just to get like defensive stuff like health. So it didn't occur to me until you like went out of your way to get 6100 on the bean drip goal, um, that you were reading it as you must surpass
Yeah,
this
more than.
point. Yeah, rather than that as the minimum.
Good to know.
Um, you also might want to know that you sniped Grape on that. Um,
Yeah.
Grape had just started a new run as you marked the goal, and Grape continued that run all the way to over 6,000 points.
I did not notice.
Yeah, that entire run, like you had maybe 200 points when the square got marked, and you carried it all the way through. And then you both ended in fist hell.
Yeah, I was struggling on that one.
It's a hard goal. Uh, we went for kind of some of the harder goals with the tactics slowdown early on, and a lot of time spent in fist hell. But you both played great.
Yeah, it was a close game.
It was a close game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is there anything in particular either of you want to mention before I wrap up the stream?
Well, now I know where the slime eel is. I forgot where that one was.
Yeah, we noticed that you were on a bit of a deep dive into much harder territory than you needed to go. It's one of those where if you don't know it, it can take quite a while to wind up in the right spot. So there's definitely a point where it was like, oh, he's pulling up the guide now. But yeah, if you guys have nothing else to mention, I'm gonna wrap up stream here.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Ivanillis in the chat says, "Don't be afraid of divers. Most of its goals aren't that hard." I'm inclined to agree, but there are some that are very hard. Right. Do I have a raid target? Doesn't look like I do, so I'm just going to cut the stream right about now.